Today is Monday, Bank Holiday Monday, the 25th of May, and I'm just about to attempt to dye some yarn. Tim is busy upstairs putting cove in my craft room, and the sun is shining, it's lovely, nice and bright and sunny, and it makes you feel better. So I'm going to have a go. I've soaked 2 100-gram skeins of yarn for maybe the past hour in water and white vinegar. I'm going to try one with Kool-Aid and another one I'm going to do with my acid dyes. I bought a kit from Yarndale last September when Sue and I went for the day, and so I'm going to try some of that. So I just thought that I would record it and take you along and see what happens. So wish me luck, I'm going to have a go. What's the worst that can happen? I've watched this morning, excuse me, my arm's aching. I watched this morning Ali from Little Drops of Wonderful, and some time ago she did some dyeing of yarn with Kool-Aid. She did half of it on the stove in hot water, and she did half of it in the microwave. So I think I might have a go at that. I'm going to do the one on the stove first and see how that turns out, and then we'll take it from there. But I just thought I would come on and maybe share my experience with you, see what you thought. So I'm going to make a coffee, and we'll get to it. So this is my yarn that's soaking in water and white vinegar. There's 200 grams here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it. So I'm going to put 100 grams. I'm just bringing the water up to temperature. It's not got to be boiling, but it's got to be, just under boiling, I think. I think that's right. So I'm going to put 100 grams of this in there, and then I'm going to do another 100 grams and do it in the microwave. Now, I've just had a look at the colours I've got. These are the Kool-Aid colours I've got. And what I'm trying to do, for one of the skeins of yarn, I'm trying to match this 100-gram ball of floof. I mean, it's really hard to see on camera, but it's a really, really soft, very, very soft and light pink. I want to try and match or do something that will go nice with this to make a hat that I've got, the altar hat. So that's what I'm trying to do with that one. Now, I thought that might be quite nice if I did it like, I know it's not quite, but I thought it would be. Anyway, I fancied trying the pink lemonade to go with this. And then my other idea, with the other 100-gram skein, what I wanted to do, I was going to use these all-in-one acid dyes. They're quite nice, quite bright, vibrant colours. But I might not do that, and I might just stick to Kool-Aid, because my other idea of what I quite fancied doing with the other 100-gram skein, I quite fancied dyeing it a light colour, not sure which yet, but then speckling it with the colours of the rainbow. Don't know how that's going to get on. It's just something I have in my head, the idea of fancy. But I've just said to Tim, the thing is, what's the worst thing that can happen if I do it wrong? You can over dye it. Anyway, that's what I've got in my mind. So I quite fancy a rainbow one, and then one to go with this floof. So we'll get started. So I've just mixed up the really, what I thought would be very, very light pale pink Kool-Aid, and it's really not as pale as I thought it would be. I don't know, it smells delicious. I'm going to give it a go anyway and see what happens. But yeah, it's not as pale as I thought it would be. Look how I don't know, it's almost, just bear with me, let me get the top out and see what it says. Sorry. Pink lemonade. I hardly think so, do you? But never mind, we'll carry on. Can you just come round the back of me and just hold on a minute? Right, stop the red button now. Can you see it? So now I've transferred the yarn from the salt, the water and the vinegar and put it in a pan that's, well, you can just see the steam coming off. It tells you it's not got to be boiling, but obviously hot enough to adhere to the dye. So now I'm going to start putting in the dye. So because I want it quite a pale colour and I don't really know what I'm doing, I'm just going to add a little bit at a time. This came in the kit. It's like a little, are they called pipettes? So it's like a little pipette. So I'm just going to drop some in. I'm a bit nervous about doing it really, but I'm just going to drop it in, right? Can you see?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is very pale. It's more of a red colour. Yeah. It's a bit... So, if you want it all that colour, the yarn, I'm guessing you have to make sure that you just fill the pan with that colour, would you? Would you say that, Tim?
Yeah.
So do you think I should pour that in?
I don't know.
I don't know what to do, guys. So because I want it a solid colour, and
You'll have to pour it in and mix it.
I've never done this before. I'll pour in a little bit because I don't want it too, you know what I mean? I don't want it too... Here we go, guys. There'll be people out there now cringing, saying, "Oh no, you're doing it all wrong.
You're ruining the colour."
Yeah, I do think I'm doing it wrong. I think what I should have done, I think I should have put
the dye in
the dye in first. Yeah.
You've got a middle bit there that's completely.
I'm going to do this. I don't know if it's right, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to put it all in and mix the water. So the whole thing is going to go that colour now. I hope.
It might be a bit patchworky.
It probably will be patchworky, but you know what? I don't mind.
I like a bit of patchworky.
Well, it is going to be patchworky. You can see that because...
Oh, definitely patchworky, bit of white.
Let me get a bit of... I don't know if I've done this right, guys.
What's that water in there? Is that just water?
This is just water boiling up, yeah.
Right, okay.
So I did want a solid colour of pink, but that's not happening, is it? Obviously. But that doesn't matter. I don't mind having a little bit of white showing. So that's basically, I just have to do that now. I should stop messing with it because I'm going to tangle it, I think. See, there's a lot in there that's not been dyed. Look at that.
Yeah, so that's very patchworky.
It is, isn't it?
Oh.
Well, that's okay. I'm happy with that for the time being. So I'm going to leave that now. And I think what you have to do now is turn off the heat and leave it to fix. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn the heat off and leave it to fix. And while that's doing, I'll do the other one. This is the first attempt, and I'll be honest, I'm not happy with it at all. So I've taken it out, and I've mixed up some of my acid dyes, and I'm going to over dye this now, because it just didn't work out how I wanted it to. So I've rinsed it off, going to put it back in the water with the acid dye and see how that goes. So this is the least amount, and look how that is just not going to work at all. I don't know how I'm going to get this pink, but that is not working. So yeah, back to the drawing board, not happy with that at all. Far, far too red. Okay, so what I did, I wasn't happy with this at all. So what I did, I took the yarn out and I threw away the water. I put a full packet of Kool-Aid in the boiling water, or the under boiling water, just to the boil, and then I've popped it back in. I don't think it's going to be very successful, this, but like Tim said, you know, it might be okay once it's dried and wound. And anyway, so that's turned off now. It's off the heat and we're waiting for it to cool down, so hopefully that will take. In the meantime, I have poured my Kool-Aid. I've decided, because that was not very successful, well, not for me anyway, I'm going to speckle with just powder on the next one. So these are the colours, well, the flavours, but you can imagine the colour. So I've got strawberry kiwi, blue raspberry lemonade, cherry, tropical punch, orange and black cherry, and these are they. So that's black cherry, orange, tropical punch, cherry, raspberry lemonade and strawberry kiwi. So I'm just going to cover my unit now and put like my baking sheet down and a towel, and then cover it up with cling film, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I've now got my second skein of yarn all set up and ready, and what I've decided to do with this one is, because I wanted it a rainbow colour, I'm not going to do liquid. I'm just going to put dried powder on and see how I go with speckle. So I'm going to try that. So here we go. Wish me luck. So the first one I'm going to do is the strawberry kiwi. I guess, I mean, you only need, well, I don't know how much you need. I'm telling you what to do like I know what I'm doing. I'm just taking you along for the ride, aren't I, just to see. And so I've just put a tiny little amount on like that, on this little tiny, it's just like a little tiny sugar spoon. And I'm just going to literally tap it. Drop it on and see what happens. Not very much at the moment by the looks of things, but hey. I'll just keep going. I have to say, I admire anybody that these experienced indie dyers. Oh my goodness, they're so clever. Because this is not easy to do, let me tell you guys. So I'm going to speckle this all the way around here. Or just drop the powder on it. And then obviously the other side needs doing, so you have to turn it over and do the other side. But some of these indie dyers just get it so perfect. I have great admiration for them, let me tell you, and they are so worth every penny we spend on them. This is no easy feat, let me tell you. It's fun, but to get it, you know, I mean, I thought this would be, oh, I'd do it and it'd be like perfect, and evidently it's not going to be. But you know, that's what it's all about. It's just about having fun, isn't it? So that is, I need to save enough for when I turn it over. I quite like some of the plain white left. So that was the strawberry kiwi. So this next one is blue raspberry lemonade. Show you that one. Don't know if you can see that one. So we'll give this a go. This has actually got large pieces in it, and it smells really good. This is not like, I don't know how to describe this. It's got large pieces in it, like crystals, if you like. The only thing I'll say about this is a drink for a child in the States. I mean, I don't know if you can get it here, to be fair. You might be able to. But can you imagine? I've not had a look at the ingredients that's in it. But can you imagine what kind of ingredients are in this for it to dye the yarn? There must be some pretty severe ingredients. To say, I don't think I'd fancy drinking this. It smells delicious, but So that is glue raspberry. So the next one is cherry. It's quite a dark one, this. Can you see that? So let's give that a go. You have to be careful with, so they don't like bleed into each other. I think I'm going to like this. I am a person that does like very, very bright colours. Don't get me wrong, I like paler colours, like soft colours, but I do think I just love bright colours. Just make me feel happy. Bright colours. So the next one is, let's have a see what this one is. This is Tropical Punch. And again, it's like a purpley colour. I don't know what this kind of colour is. That looks pretty severe, doesn't it? Oops, just did a bit much there. And I've read some instructions about this, and you have to put it in the microwave for 2 minutes to heat set it, and then I guess just have to keep your eye on it and see. Gosh, that's very red. Let's get some orange on. Wow. So this is just plain old orange, which you can see. Absolutely smells delicious, I have to say. It's such a fun thing to do as well. It's a really nice day outside, so once I finish this and I've got them heat set and I can rinse it and, you know, everything's cooled down, I can put them on the line to dry and they'll be ready in no time, which is nice. Because I'm not one that likes waiting. Don't know about you, but I'm not very patient. Tim goes mad with me sometimes, but hey. And this one is black cherry. I hope there's no indie dyers watching thinking, oh my word. I doubt very much anybody who's an indie dyer will watch me. But you never know. They'll be thinking, oh my goodness me, what is she doing? I'm having fun, that's what I'm doing. We're still in lockdown here in the UK. Some restrictions have been eased. There's talk about the children going back to school now on the 1st of June. I was saying to Tim yesterday, I don't know how to feel about that if it was our children and they wanted me to send them back to school. I'll be honest with you. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and attempt to turn it over, because obviously that's all on one side. I would imagine that wasn't too bad, because yeah, I don't want it. I'd like to get some, you know, on this side too. So I'm going to do exactly the same on this side, and then I'll be back. Right, I've done that now. So what have you got to do? I mean, it's hard because you're supposed to, you've got to wrap it up in cling film, which if you're from the USA, that's saran wrap, and heat set it for 2 minutes. So I'm going to wrap it up as best I can. obviously I'm going to have to put it on a plate, so you know, you're going to have to squash it up a little bit, I think. Well, you are going to do, because this isn't going to go in the microwave like this. So I'll just cover it up. Like this. I'll get a plate, bear with me. I'll get one of our old plates. And I'm going to put it in the microwave for 2 minutes. So I've heat set this in the microwave for 2 minutes, and it's, to be fair, it's very hard to tell whether it's done or not, because obviously well, I don't know how to tell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in for another 2 minutes just to make sure, because I'm sure 2 more minutes in the microwave can't do it any harm. And then we'll see how it comes out. Okay, so this has had 4 minutes in. Sorry about this, guys. Timothy is just cutting the coving outside. I'll either cut this little bit out or I'll scream at him and tell him to stop. Anyway, like I was saying, this has now had 4 minutes, so I'll let it cool down completely. I'll go off and do some other chores, and then when it's cooled down and the water in the pan's cooled down, I'll rinse them off and I'll show them you. They've both cooled down now. This looks, well, I don't know. It just looks very red. Anyway, so I'm going to take this out of here now and rinse it off. And I'm going to take this out of here. This is a much nicer colour, and rinse this off. And then I'm going to hang them on the line to dry, and I'll show you a picture of them when they're hung on the line.